the beautiful mountains of Dominican Republic. We went from the beach town to the big city. Now we're hanging out in El Campo. Yes, we're in the country, in the mountainside, hanging out with the locals. Follow us while we have some good food. We're gonna hit the river, and we're gonna walk up some mountains. Enjoy. I'm hanging out with some good peoples here from Dominican Republic. We're headed southwest from Santiago. We're going to El Campo. We're going to the countryside up in the mountains. They wanted to show me where they came from. I'm all for adventure. I love getting out of tourist areas. I like to see how true local people live. This is about a 2-hour drive from Santiago, about 60 kilometers. It's not far, but because you're going through the mountains, it takes a little time. We're headed towards San Jose. They stay south of San Jose, up in the mountains. We headed to Las Piedras. It's a small town. And as we're driving, I'm just hearing all these stories while they was growing up in the countryside. And I heard this one story. It's this town I cannot think of. Somebody gotta help me. But this town was known for the women in that town saying that they were more beautiful than everyone else in the area. And I found that funny because it's like, this is what the old countryside dealt with. So if you was from this town and you said, we're more beautiful or got more money. And I was hearing all these stories that was just amazing. And to think that a lot of people grew up with no electricity, no running water, taking baths in a river, at night. You had candles in your house. And this was just 30, 40 years ago. Not everyone lived like this, but a lot of people out in the countryside did. They got me in the mountains. I don't know where I'm at. I'm gonna have to show y'all on a map. Going through the mountains and hitting a lot of small towns they call Campo. And I was just told this is the last 2 restaurants before we make it to where they from. Got some more guests. She's Dominican. She's in Atlanta. She's American now. I told her I've been here hanging out more than she has.
You see the time where we're going? You see the time where we're going?
Which one?
That one over there, the green one, last year.
What town is this?
Los Montones.
That's
Montones
nice.
Arriba.
Somebody hand. This is some wood. Trying to see if they open. Is this a church? It looks like.
We're going to pass by that church.
Okay, is this a famous church?
Yeah.
This is nice. Check out the woodwork. Got the crew out here. That's my homie. She looks sleepy.
We're gonna go
They
to.
open?
Yeah, but they got
You sleepy?
like fast food, so we're gonna go to another one. He said down the street.
One thing about being out in the country, even if there are restaurants out there, depending on the time, we didn't go between lunch and dinner time. So a lot of places were open, but they weren't serving food. So that's something you got to remember. And right here, this is something I enjoy. There are some tourists in this area, but not many. And most of them will be locals. But I came across this beautiful chapel that they call the Miraculous Chapel. Capilla La Milagrosa. I'm butchering these names. I can't roll these letters, but this was a beautiful church. I don't know how old it was, but I heard it has a lot of historic history here. Just going inside of it, it was beautiful. It was quiet, peaceful. Seeing the stonework in the ground was so nice, and the details in the building, it was beautiful. Courtyard was well maintained. And I was told that there's a lot of weddings and events that happens here. This was a famous place where people would come.
chicken right here.
I'm a
Listen to me, it's halfway there today.
adopter. This town was Los Matones da Mahagua, and this was on the way to the Campo where we were headed to. When I say it's peace and quiet out here, it's beautiful. You hear the bugs in the trees and in the bushes, and that's about it. The breeze, the air is fresh, and I could sit there for just hours and just relax and take it easy. And the views, you got mountain views, clear skies, quiet, and it's something I can get used to. And I enjoyed this just as much as the beaches, the big cities. This is just as nice. I'm happy that I had the opportunity to come out here to see another side of Dominican. Dominican has so much to offer, and there's so much to see there. It's beautiful. One thing I enjoy seeing was the kids playing.
We're not going back through there?
No iPads, no cell phones, nothing. And they just one with nature. Whether they're picking up rocks, throwing them, or just hanging out. It was nice to see. You got these country folks. She up here climbing trees and picking fruits and veggies. Now this country lady right here, I'm from the city. I'm born and raised in Chicago, but I spent my last 15 years or so in Texas, in Dallas. She doing something I wouldn't even attempt to do. First off, she climbing this tree with no shoes on. Just imagine being somewhere where you're getting fresh fruits and veggies just outside your back door.
Moreno, hola. Dile hola.
Yeah.
No, yo dile. Ten, te grabé a tu mami que te tiene. Hola.
For real?
Muhamed.
Hi. It's good.
Sweet.
I want to swallow it because I'm hungry.
Don't swallow. You're not supposed to swallow.
I know. It's not too sweet, but it's a lot of water.
That's why they make the real sugar cane in there.
I was just told this was the kitchen. This is about 40 years old. She grew up cooking in here. She told me when they get the beans, they'll put them in there and they'll roast them. This looks familiar. That's where your pot would be. Your fire would be under here. And she said this is the actual bag that they used to strain the coffee when she was a kid. It's 40-something years old, but this was the kitchen. She told me the original house was right here. Then another one was built, but this is where they grew up. This is a couple acres. Just, you can see the footprint of the concrete. It's not that big. But then this was the house that was built. Couple acres out here. You can see they've been climbing up on a mango tree. I got some sugar cane in my hand. I'm eating some sugar. It tastes good. I haven't been inside the house yet. Got some bananas. Them the small ones. So these are baby bananas? Or? Oh, they look good. I see. This is the house. It's the living rooms. Is it 2 bedrooms or 1 bedroom? 2 bedrooms.
This was the main one.
Okay, so it's a bigger room.
Dining table, living room.
Ah. So it was no electricity and no running water. There's electricity in here now, but originally. About how old is this building?
This one's about 8 years ago.
Okay, so it's a newer, not too old, but yeah, simple living off the land. Ton of veggies, ton of fruit. They climbing up on trees, getting avocados. There. This is pretty much their town, they center. You got a corner store here. You got a restaurant here. Church. It's another store up top, but everybody just hanging out. That's all you got. That's the closest you're gonna get to. You got the chickens. I don't know who owns all these chickens. I wonder if it's some owners. There's a lot of cats over here. You got chickens over there. This is one or two stores in town. He got his veggies, some fruits, got some Red Bulls, got a couple of cans of drinks in there. Got a mixture of things. Hardware, he got a little side door. Got a variety of things in here. It's nice. Nice size. You got engine oil, you got house parts, hardware, liquor, chips, got some rice and sugar back there. It's pretty nice.
Ella sabe, igual que los perros. Los perros pueden estar todos aquí, cada quien sabe, los gatos también.
Ahorita dice, no, yo nunca he visto una gallina que hace un palo. Que sí. Y si no tienen una cajita, dice, como Estados Unidos la cajita, ¿para qué duermen? Digo, no. Ellas suben al palo, duermen en su palo.
Claro.
Dice, no, pero ellas no pueden dormir en un palo. ¿Y cómo se suben? Digo, volando.
Aquí había muchos pavos, ¿no? Los pavos de los edificios.
Look at the old lady.
Hello.
Hi. We gotta go under.
Sí. Ah, sí.
Diana, quédate ahí, Diana.
Mira, Muhamed, mira la foto.
Ah. It's going to get dirty. You in the country. Huh?
Out.
You got it. You need some help?
No.
She got it. Got some cilantro, some passion fruit.
¿Qué es esa fruta, mami?
Passion
Chinola.
fruit. And my friend, we got food. You like cilantro?
No.
¿Te gusta?
No.
Come on.
Diana, ven.
Where's she going?
Diana.
That's a snake food.
Snakes in here?
No, but that's
Oh my God. Tia.
It's okay. It's alright. They eat that. So we used to beat them and eat them before them.
The snakes.
They say that's what they call it in here, the snake eat that food, but
Uno de que se lo comía, eso se la cubita de la comida.
Hi. Mommy, hi.
You gotta climb up there?
this one is nothing compared to what we do.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, no. Come in.
Coffee beans. This is your view. Ow.
Come on.
Ah, where you going? Where you going? Keep in mind, I don't speak Spanish. I know a couple words. I can get things figured out. But the youngest daughter, she she loved talking to me, and I had no clue what she was saying half the time. I could pick out a few words, but that's why you see her a lot. She loved both of the little ones love the camera, so I gave them the camera so they could play around with it, and they enjoyed it. The time we were there, we were hosted by my friend's her friend. She lives there, and not too many of the friends she grew up with still lives there. They still own land there or they own a house, and they'll go back and forth like a second house or a vacation house. But it is rare for someone that was born there to still be there. She was a great host. In the next video, you will see we did a lot of cooking. She didn't know me for anything, and she welcomed me into her home like I've been knowing her forever. So I was really appreciative of that. Hospitality was great. I just enjoyed my whole time up there.
Pasa, te voy a grabar a ti.
It's cold. There's some fish in here.
Yeah, a little bitty one.
Campo. It's nice.
You can swim with it.
It's deep.
It's not that deep, but it's green though. You can see it. You can see it.
Going.
I'm going to the house. Yeah.
So they grew up on this small river, and she was telling me throughout the decades how high the water levels used to be, and at this time it was very low. And they said just recently it's been low. But she would tell me stories when it flooded, and she would have to get across to get to her house. The waters could sweep you away. She said she had to be saved a few times by neighbors because she jumped in the water and she almost went downstream. From the house that we were staying in, you can hear the waters crashing. You could see the river right down from just sitting in the backyard. And I thought that was beautiful, just hearing the water all day, all night. That was real nice. She told me back in the day, this is where they used to go take baths. This is where they fetched their water for cooking. This was the main water source. This is where you went for everything. To climb up there from where you live, it wasn't just a little hike. It was a nice size hike, and it was steep. I can't imagine man and woman just climbing with buckets of water day in, day out. And this was the livelihood. This is what you had to do to survive. There was no options. This water, cold, freezing, and they want me to go swimming. Are you going up that way? It's cold. Woo! It's cold.
That's the end of fishing. Chicken.
How deep is that?
It's not deep.
Woo! Rio! Come on in!
Go ahead. I'm gonna watch you. Go ahead. Ah! Up, 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 up.
Oh!
Do the water more.
It's good. I'm in the country.
Listen, you know how to... Muérdelo, muérdelo. Kiss her. Kiss her. Muérdelo, Cuca. Muérdelo, Cuca. Muérdelo. Duro, duro, Cuca. Muérdelo.
He bited me.
Because I'm telling her. I'm telling her she has today. Cuca, muérdelo, Cuca.
Muérdele la bolsa.
Cuca.
Come on. Be nice.
Muérdelo.
The more time I spent up in the country, the more I enjoyed it. And I heard most of the Dominicans that went to the US, whether they were from that area or not, the area was known, and they would send money back to build a house, and they would travel to Dominican to take vacation and relax and enjoy their time there. I saw a lot of nice houses in the area that were empty or they use them for Airbnbs. When I say I fell in love with Dominican Republic even more, I did. I love the beach, I love the cities, but I also like the relaxation, the quietness, the peace. And I saw a lot of love out there. And there was very few people out there, but everyone I came across were so cool, welcoming, and I would say I just tapped into a whole nother area of an island of a country that I've been visiting for 10, 15 years that I never knew about. My future trips, if this does become my home, I most definitely will be spending more time up here in the mountains, in the country, in the Campo, with a lot of good, genuine, nice people. My next video is gonna show us cooking. We're gonna be hanging out with friends and family, and we're gonna have a lot of traditional, authentic Dominican Republic food. Stay tuned.